Hello and welcome to Ignore the Noise and Move Forward by Anne Emanuel. For years I found myself rereading my life stories and only recently realized how my life experiences and the people I've met along the way changed my life. All of my stories are short, and at the end of every blog story, I give you ideas on how you can begin writing your life stories.
I wrote this story 10 plus years ago. I read it often. Harold was like a father. Flying around the country, I've met people who have never seen a lot of America, and I wouldn't have either if it hadn't been for my chosen profession. I have friends today I would have never known if it hadn't been for a flight from here to there, planes, trains, and automobiles. I've driven down the back roads as the sun sets with the best view of heaven's doors opening, just like the song Flyover State says. If you've never been through Indiana, Flyover States reminds me of all those beautiful people I met along the way. I've been up and down my favorite Interstate 65. When I see Interstate 65 in northern Indiana, I feel like I'm being pulled south. I think to myself, why not just go south? Do something unpredictable like end up in Nashville. Done that too. In my travels, I've learned we're really all a lot more alike than we are different. Our core values, our love for family, freedom, and country are really quite similar. There was a man by the name of Harold, and how I met him I cannot recall. I'm not sure if he found me or I found him, but I shed a little tear when I think of him. His sweetness and compassion I have greatly missed. He was from South Indiana, and he had a southern accent that was stronger than most people in South Alabama. Harold was my father's age and had adult children around my age. I had an internet business selling tankless water heaters, something like 1997. Harold had the rights to sell an electric tankless water heater brand in several states, and Ohio was one of those states. That's how I was fortunate to begin a simple business friendship with a man from Shelbyville, Indiana. Whereas Harold put it, out there it's 1997, but here in Shelbyville it's 1947. That said it all. Early on, and on a visit to Ohio, Harold met my husband, Andy. Sometime later, Harold and I were on a trip to Louisville, Kentucky to work with the Kentucky Utility Company, along with an employee of the water heater manufacturing company. At the end of the day, while in the hotel elevator, the employee of the water heating company thought he would share his hotel room number with me, just in case I had something I wanted to talk with him about. And rocking back and forth on his feet, Harold said in a very high-pitched southern voice, Anne's husband is really big. That's what I loved about Harold. He was real. He said about his second divorce, she got the car and the house with a swimming pool, I got the dog and the cat. It was all those little things. His sweet stories of life and business. In a few short years, Harold died of a massive heart attack and stroke. My friend was gone. We shared hours of windshield time talking family and life. He shared so much of his personal and business life with me, and above all, he loved his children. Doesn't matter if you're in Indiana, Tennessee, Nebraska, Wisconsin, or California. When you meet people who live in small-town America, you begin to realize that there's so much more to this beautiful life. Good people are good people no matter where they are. Recently, a new friend of mine told me that when he was young, his grandmother told him that after you pass, you'll live on until the last person says your name. I plan to say Harold's name for as long as I live.
The purpose of my stories is to encourage you to write about your life, and you will be amazed at your personal growth. You know how when you're talking with someone and they're telling you their experience, and while they're telling you their life experience, a thought comes into your mind, you can relate, you have a story to share too. Begin at that point and start writing. Thank you for listening to Anne Emanuel. Ignore the noise and move forward. If you enjoyed my story, check out anneemanuel.com. Download the writing tips or sign up for new stories. Feel free to comment on this podcast. You can also follow or connect on social media. Thank you.